About the coronavirus impacting the food supply chain here in Western Mass. This has more meat processing plants across the country suspend production for the time being. Western Mass News reporter Sarah Granelli caught up with a local grocery store to see if they're feeling the impact. Sarah?
Jordan, we spoke with the president of Arnold's Meats, who says this is the first week that his suppliers are saying they may not be able to make his complete order, and that advertising is difficult because he's unclear what type of meats he will get. The shelves seem to be stocked at Arnold's Meats in Chicopee, full of what many in Western Mass like to buy, like chicken, beef, and pork, but that soon could change.
Up until this week, we haven't found any shortages at all. This is the week that supposedly a lot of the poultry companies have shut down, a lot of the beef companies have shut down, a lot of the pork companies have shut down, and this is when we're going to see a lot of shortages.
In recent weeks and days, some of the country's largest processing plants have been forced to close after thousands of employees have tested positive for the coronavirus. The pork industry is being hit hard, with 3 of the major distributors being closed indefinitely. The president of Arnold's Meats, Larry Katz, tells Western Mass News suppliers have already given him a heads up about not being able to fulfill orders.
They were saying that we will take your order, but we can't guarantee what you're going to get and what you're not going to get.
He says it will have an impact on the business.
It's awful because the people that we are selling to wholesale, have menus and they're expecting to get their product, and we don't know if we're going to be able to get their product or not, or at least all of their products. As far as retail goes, it gets to the point where, we'll put out what we have and people will take what they want to take.
Meantime, grocery store chain Stop & Shop is pushing for the federal and state leaders to temporarily designate workers as first responders or emergency personnel. They released a statement that reads in part, "This critical status would help ensure our state's essential grocery workers have priority accessing to testing, emergency childcare, and other protections to keep themselves and their families safe and healthy." Jeff Katz, the vice president of Arnold's Meats, says he stands behind Stop & Shop's request.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, the grocery store workers are as in front of most public people as a lot of frontline responders, and maybe not so much as the medical folks, but it's important, I think, for us to have access.
And in Massachusetts, there are 2 sites for first responders to be able to get tested, as well as grocery store employees. One of those is at the Big E Fairground in West Springfield. Live in Chicopee, Sarah Granelli, Western Mass News.